Start recording. Start streaming.
Did you make a post on Facebook?
Oh yeah, I will make a post.
I'll share it.
Yeah. Do you want to make one? Just post the Battle Barn footage as a YouTube
Post.
link. I think that'll be the easiest way to do it.
But you want me to link to your Twitch or just link to your
Both the YouTube and the Twitch. Let me
let
see.
me.
Hold on. Let me see. All right. Let's see if we can't find how to share this out to the world. Hello, chat. Hey, chat. How's our music balance? Hopefully, not too loud. What am I doing? Making a post. I'm making a post. Okay. How do I do that? That's okay. Twitch.tv/bus, right? Have that correct?
Yes. Yeah, I noticed that you renamed your YouTube channel Boomy Bus.
Yeah, Taurus was telling me that even knowing the name of my YouTube channel, it was hard to find because it's buried under Avatar,
Yeah.
which I'm like, that's reasonable.
I always have to type SCA Boomy usually,
Yeah.
but also just having consistent branding across platforms.
I agree. All right. I shared a thing
Oh, hold on.
to Facebook. Yeah. Let's share it there.
Oh, congratulations on your belt again. You're,
Oh, thank you.
that's cool.
Yeah, man.
I don't really understand how that works, but it sounds cool.
It's the exact same thing as the SCA journey. I would say virtually no real difference.
So is that the highest?
No, there are stripes per belt. So the way it works for some schools, they don't do stripes. Some schools they do it. It's purely a cultural thing. It's not like oversight body really really kind of mandates or anything. And so
Sure.
it's kind of like the free scholar in Atlantia, right? It's just a cultural thing. It actually doesn't have any official backing or general recognition. There are typically 4 stripes per belt, and you start white belt and you go white, blue, purple, brown, black. When you hit black belt, you still get stripes. At 10 stripes, you go into I think a candy cane belt is what it's called. It's like a red and white belt. And then you build on that belt. But to give you an idea, on the average journey, to my understanding, is 3-ish years per stripe on a black belt. So you're spending 30 years as a black belt to be a 10, to get your 10 stripes, to change the color again.
That's
So that
kind
is
of cool.
an entire lifetime, right, of dedication to get to where
I do
one
like
goes.
I do like that there are more that there's external validation to strive for.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Like
no different than wearing a mod collar, no different than wearing a white belt. Literally
Yeah.
the same general expectations, the same general
Yeah.
responsibilities, etc.
But there's no level after mod, right? And then
Yep.
because arguably there's Count and Duke.
Yeah, there's
Artifact.
Count and Duke for armored.
But after that, there's still you can be a lot better, and there's no there's no rank.
Yeah,
More,
I mean,
which is fine.
we can make it. That's a.
I mean,
It is purely a social thing, right? So if you made it such that, if you sit the throne and want to make it more of an official thing, you can make an award that's like super peer for other, a ducal equivalent for other orders.
Onsteward tried to make an award for super knights.
Yeah.
It went fairly poorly.
Yeah.
This was years ago, but
That's
yeah.
literally just Duke. What?
Doing kind of. It was supposed to be like. Yeah. Oh, we don't have to get into that. It's a real complicated one. Like really,
give it to the people.
Really onto a specific
Oh.
esoteric thing that still people still get mad about to this day.
Oh.
But kind of like the Tigers have essentially more ranks, right?
Yeah.
In their system, which is kind of.
Oh, I think that's great. I think any time you get to go chase something just for the fun of chasing it, it is worth. It keeps you interested in doing it, right?
Yeah.
I think that's a big thing.
I think doing it from a household set makes more sense than from a kingdom set.
Oh yeah, maybe. Well, I think if it has kingdom backing, it's gonna be more quickly like seen as legit, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you and I are sitting throne at some point, then you could make it one of your goals to create the thing, right? It becomes a thing because
that is true. Yeah.
You want it to be a thing, and you have the ability to add awards, and so you do that thing. Is there any value in it? That's that's not a bad question to ask. You can kind of ask the community at large, see if there's people find value in that.
I mean, it's all made up, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think some people would like it. I mean, you and I would like it.
Of course.
But it doesn't mean that other people want that.
Yeah, no, that's a good point too.
Because they might see it as like another tier that's somehow they're being gatekeeped out of,
Yeah.
Or,
well,
you can make it more objective. Be like, hey, if you we can make it like in Rapier, if you win these tournaments or like 5 tournaments of 100 plus or something like that, you just get a little asterisk added to your title.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
I mean, I think we don't do anything we don't do that formally, but I think that within our friend group, right, the cross kingdom fencing group, everyone knows what of the super high level tournaments everyone's won, right, and how many times, or at least I do.
Yeah, I have a good idea of who's won what at least once.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, there's some people like Tor, you're like, well, you've won it too many times. I don't know how many times.
Yeah, I have no idea how many times Tor's won.
But I've known how many times you've won the OnSteer into the Rose, right? I know how many times I've won. I know how many times Dom has won.
Yeah.
Right.
That makes sense. All right. Let me pull down the music. Get this nice and low.
Someone commented on I shared your post. Someone says, I want to go to the Battle Barn.
Oh, maybe someday we'll do a tour video or something. I don't know.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, let's.
I like that the Battle Barn is the official name now. That's good.
Yeah. And chat made it, so that for me is a good thing.
Yeah.
All right. So, a little bit of tea, a little bit of drama that we're gonna start off today with. I found out, John, and I don't know that you know this. I don't even know it's like official, but so this is take it from Grapevine. This is called Grapevine, so it's tea unconfirmed. But I hear that the next crown will be all cuts. Will be a cut crown.
Oh.
And it's supposed to be modeled after a specific historical recreation, which, as you know, would handicap me harder than most, since my last 2 crown performances would lean toward that, which I think is kind of funny.
They're trying to keep you out, I guess.
That's I don't know if it is. I don't think it is. I like to think it's not. But even if it was, I would take it as a compliment, right?
I was like, wouldn't it be more of a compliment if it was?
Yeah. I don't take it as an offense thing. If it is in fact a little bit, even like a little bit directed, right? I would take that as hey, that is cool. I get a rule made. Because I've never seen, at least in the time I've played, I've not seen that particular rule happen.
No, I do know there used to be a. This is all from like once again, this is what people told me that it used to be in the history of the SCA, or at least in On Steroid, that there was like thrusting was considered dishonorable because of this supposed historical tournament where it was not allowed, and so people didn't like it. But it was always sort of explained to me that it was mostly that certain people just weren't good at defending thrust, and that's why they had that opinion. But you know how.
Oh yeah. All that's hearsay with a bunch of shit added on. Yeah, and including the original. I'm not knowledgeable enough to even have an opinion that's worth anything there.
Yeah, it's certainly interesting as an idea.
Yeah.
It would totally fuck my game up too, because even if I don't kill someone with a stab, I use stabs to set up other shots a lot.
So one of the questions, and I will have when the official rules get published, is going to be: can I still thrust and it's just not a killing blow, or am I not supposed to use the action? Right? Because there's a difference. Because in theory, I could use that action to pin a shield against the face and then go find my way around the person. Right? That's but
you could even just stab them in the face, and while they were confused for a second, hit them.
Exactly. Oh yeah. No, 100%. That's what I am trying to do.
Yeah.
Because most people are used to taking it. Most people are used to throwing it. I think that is, you can get a lot of people to flinch and move as they should, really. So.
Yeah, you have to train. It's hard. You're not going to be able to train out the reaction to defend a thrust.
No, nor am I going to be able to train out like using it entirely. Like it's just going to be kind of habitual.
Nor would you want to.
Yeah. That's such a big part of my game.
In the long run, you will probably have more success with keeping it in than the one crown that you couldn't use it, right?
Correct. Exactly. Viewers,
that's very interesting though.
Chat, we are discussing on the grapevine here, apparently we may not be able to use cuts. So I hear in this coming Atlantean crown, may not be able to use thrusts, not cuts. That would be kind of weird. That would be great for me. And I know. Yeah, exactly. Just in heavy gear. And so I want to ask you, chat, and / YouTube, for those watching the VOD, have you seen that before? I have not seen it before. Is it modeled after a particular event, or is it modeled after a particular era where it's very historic to do a cut-only tournament for that tournament, or for a crown or some sort of award? I am interested to know. I also want to know, for those out there listening, is that something that you think is a good thing, a bad thing, a neutral thing? It should just be whomever is hosting can kind of make decisions as they go. Just what are your opinions about this particular topic? I'm curious to hear. So drop your comments in the video down below, or if you're watching this live, speak up in chat. I'd love to hear from you. All right, John, have you seen it in Atsiora before in the past?
I have never seen or heard of. I mean, there was a period before thrusting tips were really popular, but that was because old thrusting tips weren't low profile. They had to be big.
Oh, I see.
And so they weren't really competitive, so no one used them. But as soon as low profile thrusting tips were a thing, I think they became part of the meta. At least they are definitely part of the meta now.
Yep, that makes sense.
But I've never heard of a tournament not allowing them.
I will have to train differently. And so I bring all of this up to you because my practice here this past weekend was focused on really not doing too much thrusting other than the mock tournament we had at the end, in which case I tried to use it a little bit more. It's actually part of if I'm trying to kill people. Yeah.
And that makes total sense.
Yeah, I'll lower the volume a bit. So it's just peeking through. So we can raise the volume if we need to. But this is the first set. I did this in chronological order. I took all of the fighting and just kind of clipped out all the in-between stuff. So I took a lot of footage and just got just the fighting as best as I could. And I did it in chronological order. So this is kind of the warm-up of the day.
Sweet. Who are you fighting?
This person is Fritz. They are squired to Sir Felix, who was in front of the camera in the black here, who's now over there. And has lightning fast hands.
Yeah.
And just annihilates me in B range.
Yeah. I definitely assumed they were Felix's student just based on how they were fighting.
Yep. And you see
Not
how
that
fast they can throw that.
Yeah, I've never met
Yeah,
Felix,
shot.
but I've seen their videos and I've heard you talk a lot about them. So
Yeah, Felix is hell of a fighter and has a reputation here as such. So, yeah, that's the that is Fritz, and the other folks that were present were Sir Billy, Sir William here, and then Sir Wilhelm, which I know you've at least interacted with at different practices here.
yeah, I don't think I got to fight him, but I have definitely talked to him a couple times.
Let's see. So this is it's kind of the beginning. We're just kind of all warming up. For me, I'm just working on trying to hang out in the uncomfortable B range of Fritz. It's unfun.
And not stab.
And not stab, yeah. You see me like over and over. I'm entering in with the offside tap to his sword.
Yeah.
Really, I think I don't want to ultimately even have that much of a B range attack game because it's going to take me so long to develop that game to where it's as fast as some of these other folks, which is fine. Like that's a longer term project. It's a multi-year project. For best return on investment for winning crown purposes, it'll be a much shorter goal to just work C range, which I can already do, and just improve upon that, and then be able to get into A and use the advantages that I have in A.
A couple of dukes here talk about how that B is the most deniable range.
Yeah.
If they step in, you can step out or forward, and then they've lost it. So
I like A and C because that is a great way to just force the issue one way or another, and that's my variety.
Yeah, and that's mostly the advice I've gotten as well.
Mm-hmm. I also think B is where gunslinging most happens in this game.
Yes.
It's kind of like getting into dagger range for a sword and dagger.
Yes. It's a little too coin flippy.
Yeah, exactly. It's more coin flippy than most people want for a surety in tournament performance. Anyways.
Yeah.
Your sword? Oh yeah, your sword is right there actually. You see my mouse?
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I moved it since.
Yeah.
'Cause I was like, I don't want other people grabbing it and using it, but
I don't really care.
yeah, you know.
But,
Do you want an adult swim? I can bring it with me.
yeah, I mean, I did not mean to leave it. It was an accident.
Is mine now.
You purposely gave me your sword in case you visit.
Correct.
We had talked about me leaving a sword, but I didn't mean to leave it. I just forgot. Left it in the battle barn.
Really, it has more to do with just shaving your own rattan to a handle that you like. That's really the main thing. And then maybe planing it if you need to. Because we can just like make you a sword here, and then vice versa. Like you can just dismantle that sword if it dies.
Yeah, the basket. I mean, the basket hilt is the most valuable part of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And we assume the rattan's gonna come and go.
Yeah. But I have like 3 or 4 of those basket hilts.
Yeah, I have a bunch of them.
I only bought one, and then people just gave me a bunch of the others.
That's nice of them.
Yeah.
Celestria, it's you. I don't know if you're in chat right now, but look, it's you. This is her, I think, second time trying sword and board at all.
Was the other time in Boston?
Yeah, actually, with Sir Edward. Edward?
Yeah.
Is that his Skadian name?
I think it might be both.
Okay.
But I
was like, I call him Edward, but I also think his name is Edward.
I've never heard anyone call him anything other than Edward or Ed. So.
Okay. I never really thought about it until right now.
They usually say Duke Edward, so I assume that's his SCA name. Did you end up cutting the point off your shield, or was it always like that?
It's been like that for a while.
Oh, because I remember you talking about how you were going to maybe cut it down. But...
Yeah. The first time I used it, I had the point down there, and then since I've cut it off, and it's way better.
Oh.
It's a much better... I think I talked about it at some point. I don't know if it was with you in this context, but basically the last 8 inches of point don't do anything for defense for me.
Yeah.
And it only serves as a lever for someone else to push.
No, we did. we did have that conversation.
Cool.
I think on stream. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Um,
So I should cut it down to have the shape.
yeah, I think that totally makes sense. There's no reason for it to be that long if you don't need it.
No. Alex, you do bonking. And now tie hard.
Probably holding your breath.
No. Tie yard.
Is it Golford Shield?
It is. Good eye. Yeah.
I mean, heraldry works.
Yeah. Yeah. Her heraldry is on my shit, and then Golfred's heraldry is on her shit, which is funny to me.
Wow, that is fast. Can we see? Can we see him? Can we slow
Lightning
down?
fast. Yeah, man.
I'm impressed by that flat snap.
Right. You see me working on that entry.
Yeah, I like the entry.
It's kind of fucking.
And then you still try to stab.
Yeah. I was kind of like just playing with what does it look like to find that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Look how, it's 6 frames and perfectly above the shield. Boop.
Yeah. Good accuracy, good speed.
The only thing, he's like, I don't know the exact weight, but Fritz, to my understanding, is a light human, like 130 to 140 range, which is not a lot considering the average armored fighter, and so
I weigh more than that.
has a hard time to generate the necessary power, and has developed a great habit of hitting low on stick, like intentionally all the time. So for me, it's in this context, it is always I will take things that touch me, just like you were talking about.
Yeah.
If it touches me cleanly, it's not like incidental nonsense.
Did something break?
Yeah, my elbow bit.
Oh.
Yeah, I reattached it. I sheared, or I guess Fritz sheared the last bit of the rivet.
Funny.
So I fought without the little circular elbow piece that I keep.
Yeah.
I have since I actually reattached that yesterday, I think.
That is funny.
I didn't even do that. That was funny. I just sent Billy that photo.
Yeah, I definitely would not want to fight this guy at B at all.
No, he's a beast. Just put on a thrusting tip. Asked me kind of how to thrust. I was kind of giving him some pointers how to set it up. Hey, look at that! My leg wrap is coming through. It's starting to get there.
This is one of the things you're working on, right?
Yeah, that's the thing I've pelled the most is that J-hook leg wrap. Yep, that one. That one did not work. Why the fuck did it not work? I haven't watched any of this footage, by the way, other than in-house we reviewed something, but
yeah.
Oh, hell moves.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
What was this one? There's another one right here that was bad. I think I was looking to get this leg. I think my brain was like step to my left to their sword side and looked at J a little bit more. Oh, I see. The edge of their shield right here. So I should have kept my fist a little further back for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a knock. Because I get the blade inside, but I think the shield knocking into the guard probably killed any power it had. You can see me. I was aiming for upper thigh. This might be a crotch shot unintentionally.
Pretty good block after the throw, though.
Yeah.
Because he threw it the right spot.
Oh, yeah.
And then you blocked it.
Yep, hanging out in practice time. Just in other people's strength.
That's a good idea to do for
I
practice.
just like, Like when I fight Fritz in a tournament, which is not all that uncommon. I 100% am fighting him either at C where I thrust and pick him apart there because he has trouble stopping me from thrusting that game just because he's such a fast reactor that it opens up things in that way. Like the flinch throw really gets the shield up and back down. But if he stays blinded, I get to jump in and throw a giant head wrap or something.
Yeah.
There's just
like a little twitchy.
Yeah, he's using my strengths into his not as comfortable.
Yeah, he should probably train a retreat step then if he's blinding himself.
Yeah. So I take a lunge. It's basically a lunge, right?
Yeah.
Lunge step with that tap.
Lunge.
So by necessity, he cannot throw easily back at me in that moment because his sword is being displaced.
I think he doesn't know where you're going to throw now.
Yeah. Okay. I'm a little high. I think this is the blade.
That's what I think so too, yeah.
I don't know what the fuck this is.
Piece of his armor, I think.
Or shadow. It might be one of these. Maybe one of these is a shadow.
Based on where your hand is, I think the higher smudge is the blade, though.
I agree. Okay, so I still need to get lower.
Oh, nice flat snap, though.
Thank you. Flat snap in transition. That's so much more like a thing that I can comfortably hit. I feel okay doing that.
Or like a headshot rather than
just a headshot of any sort, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good.
I think I find the top of his head more on that one. Let's see my blade. 1, 2. Yeah, I just cut the corner underneath his blade, I think, right there for that shot. I think it was only because he was moving to the side that his defenses even had that gap. How much of this have you watched?
I skipped. I clicked
you jumped through it. Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to. I wanted to see videos of Felix fighting, so that's what I was looking for when I was.
Oh, got it. Yeah, I don't think there are any.
There aren't that many. There isn't very much.
Yeah.
Did you watch
the one with him and I in the park? Did we watch that one together?
We have watched that one together, yeah. Not on stream.
Yeah, off stream. Yeah. Okay. That's the one that I really like. That really demonstrates how fucking good he is with his acceleration of his sword.
Yeah. No, I went on. Maybe it was last week or the week before. I definitely went on a look for Felix videos because I was like, this is interesting. He does some stuff. Oh, there he is fighting. That's the only part of him fighting, I think, on this.
Yeah. And this is him training, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think he's executing his style at a very high level.
Yep. Boxer defensive in this B range.
Yeah.
I really need just more time doing that. Enough reps in the pocket to not. His offside punch shot is just it's a very useful tool that I don't use enough.
Yeah.
And his timing on it is superb.
Just flicks that out, pops it out.
And you have to imagine he's catching, when he fights, he's catching Atlantean folks with it. So you have the calibration, the cultural calibration.
Definitely hard, yeah. Oh, it looks like everything he's throwing is super hard.
Yeah. That's on I'm currently training that motion. That and then the more J hook or grass burner leg wrap.
Yeah.
When we talk, he talks about how in my fencing I have trimmed basically all the fat out of all of my actions. And I like that phrasing of it because it's pretty true. I just don't really move in excess because I'm not the fastest person. I certainly don't have the fastest reaction time, etc.
Yeah, I agree with that.
As proven by our testing of the reaction time. However, trimming the fat off the actions is what matters.
Yeah. You still don't lose very often.
Mm-hmm. And then the strategic mind, I think, is where I make up for age
100%,
and
yeah.
slowness, relative
Age and
slowness.
slowness. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
relative.
Yeah.
It's all relative, right? Like you're still faster than a lot of people.
Oh
but-
yeah, definitely. But definitely, like when you're getting close to 40, you're not moving the speed of like Marco is faster than me. There's no question.
Mhm.
I would assert Miguel's a good bit faster than me.
Miguel doesn't really use his speed though, so that's still.
Yeah. I think of it at like macro versus
Oh, sure.
mechanics. Like
Yeah,
my
yeah,
macro is better, and then it makes up for mechanics, which is even more true in armored, really.
Mm-hmm. Well, I
Alex,
think
you do a bop.
the pure physical like what physical traits are the most valuable are slightly different for rapier and heavy fighting, right?
Definitely, yeah. I think so.
Hand speed is good for both, but like strength is more important for heavy. It's not that useful in rapier.
Yep. You need only enough strength to kind of wield your movement and your balance.
Yeah, it's much diminishing returns, but you can like being a lot stronger than your opponent is a huge advantage in heavy fighting.
Oh yeah. If you have the wrist and arm strength, like forward arm strength, where you have to put no hip into your shot and throw a close to 10 multiple times, that means you have advantage. You just do.
Yeah,
Versus
And you can
somebody who's
also-
like 140 and has to throw all their body into a shot
yeah.
to be good.
You can also like move people around.
Ooh,
That was a
pretty.
nice little short stick.
That's on my learning line. That's part of what I'm training is this. This is a Felix thing. Let's get into, yeah.
Is it the next one or?
No, that's like a slot. I want to see that. Yeah, the short stem to face.
Yeah. There it was, right? Yeah.
Yeah, oh, very pretty. It's just a punch. You just punch him or punch next to him. It's like he loads his shoulder a little here and just drives. And he's driving it as Billy is bringing his basket slightly back
Yeah.
to load
so
a
it opens
shot.
up that.
Yep. Boom.
And it's essentially a slot shot. He's just throwing it as a punch instead.
Yeah. It's a slot shot at A,
Yeah.
but hits way harder
Mhm.
because you're at the end of your stick. Yeah, that's pretty. Watch it again. Good job, Fritz. Boom.
Yeah.
Both Fritz and Lucian, the Felix's two squires, are both very talented at this point.
great, yeah.
Not talented. Skilled. Skilled is the right word.
Yeah.
'Cause they put in the work, and they are only going to grow from there. I am not looking forward. I gotta win my shit before they get before they become they itch for crown.
Yeah.
It adds two more serious competitors to the pool. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. Yep. Gotta time it.
Yeah, get mine, get out. Let's see this.
That's good though. It's good to have people up and coming.
Oh yeah. It's those folks that are like, because I think of them as my the class that I came up with. if
Sure, that makes sense. Yeah.
I grind a lot with Lucian over the years.
Mm-hmm.
Like all 3 years I've been fighting, he's one of the go-to people that I see everywhere. We're always training.
It's fun to see the kind of the difference in the styles here, actually.
Yeah. It's pretty It's pretty varied.
Yeah.
Just the folks that are here. Last time Wilhelm fought Crown, he made it to the finals. And I think he's another one when he gets back into fighting Crown. It's going to be a pretty serious contender.
That'd be great.
Yeah, yeah. I would love to see him and Elsie get their chance. But what I was going to say is at Crown, so I'm just me all the time. At Crown, they had the full Viking facade, right, as they were processed and presented.
Oh yeah.
And it
That's
looked
cool.
really good. All they were missing were people singing and
Oh yeah.
maybe some spears to lead them in, and like they had the look and the vibe.
Dude, Jason has had people sing in old in Norse when he progresses into Crown, and I think he won Crown. He had someone do that every round.
Oh, okay.
As he walked onto the field every round, someone would sing him onto the field,
That's cool.
which is pretty cool.
Well,
Easier to do with our Crown format being just a single limb, right? But,
yeah.
I think he won that Crown. I can't remember. He either won or finaled.
Tap, step. A little bit more patient, a little bit more on top.
That was kind of a short stick too, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Nice.
I think
Looks good.
so. Honestly, kind of hard to tell. See if my settings can be better. Oh, why the fuck?
It was 2007 up in here.
Yeah, what the fuck? I can have it way more crystal clear. All right, there we go.
Okay, I was kind of wondering why the stream looked bad. I thought maybe it was just my end. That looks so much better. Wow.
Yeah. We can actually see the sticks now. That helps.
Yeah.
I think that one was good patience. It was me waiting to. Oh yeah, that's good target.
Yeah.
That's good target. That's like the right spot. Boop.
That's actually way higher. Yeah, that's way higher on the stick than I thought, actually. But
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, it looks like I brought my fist way over. Probably more than
Yeah.
I need to punch forward more.
Well, you either want that end or the short end, right?
Yeah. Get the tips. I'm used to that tip speed, I think.
Yeah, that's kind of how I try to do it, also.
But I don't think it's bad to practice both, right? I need both.
No, I think both are good. Probably middle of the stick is probably the worst place to hit with, I guess.
I sort of agree with Felix's philosophy in that in specifically this game, lower on the stick is better. Just in terms of force transfer, less effort, better force.
So closer to the basket.
Yeah, as much as possible.
Interesting. That is counter to what a lot of other people have said, what I tend to think, but I'm not saying it's not right.
It was like for a return on the effort of throwing, basically.
Yeah.
It is just go low on stick and you'll always hit harder than you would otherwise. And generally it's going to be more applicable, right, when you're fighting into that A-B range.
Mm-hmm. That was nice.
Yeah, that's ye old flat snap. It wins crowns.
It wins the most crowns.
Yeah, we know. Thanks, counting.
Scientific.
Yeah, science. I don't think science is the right word there. That's all right. There's a lot of footage of me while I'm fighting over the years. All right. I'm going to skip a lot of this. I actually don't want to watch all of it. Yeah, Lucian arrives.
Oh, Lucian.
Watch one with Lucian.
His edging is still kind of fucked up on his shield.
Yeah.
Not
That's
that
also
I'm
very
judging.
on brand.
I'm not judging. My hedging is trash right now.
He does a little, like a little bob height-wise every time he throws, especially an onside, which for better or for worse he plays off of. Like he'll do the small dip and either fire up or
Oh,
low,
yeah.
but it's just such a habit for him.
Yeah, do you think he thinks it's a fake?
Yeah, but it's
just
just
trying
built
to-
into every action. Yeah.
Yeah.
If he just
Let
sometimes
his-
didn't bob, it would fuck people up.
Yeah.
I think that's the whole like if you're to use that against somebody. Yeah, that you see like that little bit of like a pump low with the stick. So if he just does that most of the time and it just does it once in a while, that'll catch I think a ton of people.
Yeah. He's pretty quick, so.
Yep, got a good stick. I think his he fights a lot like a tank, right? Like where it's
Yeah.
willing to get in and be defensive and just chill and looks for the opponent's offensive openings to throw his offense.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's just tanking shots.
That definitely is a style that can win crown. I've seen it.
I fight potentially the complete opposite.
Yeah. like a
Arguably the complete
sniper.
opposite, yeah. Just, always moving, staying at C
Yeah.
as preferred, and then only jumping into A when I think I can and take advantage of it.
Yeah. I like that as well. I think ideally at some point I'd be able to fight both ways, but
Yeah. Well, I think honestly, a strap shield is just easier to do it, right?
yeah, there are definitely times I let someone break on me because I just feel like I'm like not worried about their offense.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. Your defense beats their offense when you're concentrating on it.
yeah. But generally, but since I feel like I have a good stab, as you as well. That can good at picking people off from a distance, but.
All right. We're skipping to the end. So, did you watch this end part?
I did actually, yeah.
Okay. This is the only part that I really wanted to.
This was the tournament, right? You did like a mock tournament?
Yeah, we just did a round robin speed training. I labeled it for us.
Round robin speed.
Yeah. Everybody fought everybody.
So,
I don't actually know who won, to be honest.
can we rewind and look and see? Is it worth it?
Let's go. Yeah, the whole thing is very fast. So we
Yeah.
we can frame by frame all of it if we want
Yeah,
to.
we should break down the killing blows and just see. Unless it's obvious.
That seemed obvious to me. You?
Billy hit him in the head, right?
Oh, okay. I don't.
Oh,
I
maybe it
thought it
wasn't
was Lucian. Okay, not obvious. Let's talk about it.
I'm totally prepared to be wrong. Oh, okay, I saw it that time.
Yeah. So I think what happened was, so
It's like a
Billy.
little rising flat, kind of.
I think Billy throws a slot as Lucian throws into the flat snap. Right here.
Yeah.
So there's a slot shot to the shoulder, and I think I don't know. I can't speak to how hard it hit. Right. It obviously landed.
Yeah,
But because
that's
he's
what I thought I saw.
but he's punching forward with his shoulder at that time. And so I know jumping into that attack cut out a lot of it.
Yeah,
How much is very subjective to the moment. But he does a good tight to the body.
that's a good shot. Yeah,
Yep.
and he's
Plop. Right there.
in
Yep.
the air a little bit, pushing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the shot.
Billy's shot did not look that hard. I think.
Yeah,
So
I think it was choked out. It might have hit hard enough at the kind of when it built the velocity it needed. Oh, false start. Do it again. Well, I think we're poking fun that Wilhelm was just not ready. He's like, "Oh, what? We're fighting?" The wrap to the head.
That's what it looked like to me. Yeah.
Oh, that's what happened. We reviewed this, so I remember hearing their specific feedback
Oh, yeah.
and kind of give their takes. Hey, look! I practiced that step entry.
Yeah. Nice stab.
Thank you.
Was that a body stab?
It was. I aimed and kind of hit like
Yeah.
low neck.
Nice.
I wouldn't have been mad if he didn't take that one because I was aiming for
Yeah,
face and I just fucked it up.
I never expect anyone to call any stab that's not a face stab.
Yeah, agreed.
I'm happy when they do take it, but I don't
Agreed.
expect it.
Same.
Oh,
First,
nice.
Jesus fucking Christ. It is so fast. He's a lightning, man. Lightning stick. Yeah. I think he's a frame faster than most people.
That's good timing too, because he's throwing right as Billy's stepping.
Yeah, look.
Can't
He
really defend
finished his
himself.
step and is grounded, ready to go.
Yeah.
Billy is more casually stepping, and I think he can kind of sense that more casual step. And so it's like an in-between shots kind of timing to catch that shot. It's very pretty. and
Second
then,
for good measure.
the follow. Hey, thank you for the follow. Yeah, that follow-up shot was solid. I guess Lush just wins that one. Jesus.
Just gave him a little taste of his own medicine. A little
I
bit.
know. Yeah. I mean, they obviously Squire Brothers
Yeah.
they grinded a ton together. That is
Yeah.
their existence with each other.
That's a small gap that he hits too.
That is a tiny gap. Look, he's very across body. It's not very forward. It's very across tip speed.
Yeah. That's good.
But you see how it goes under sword?
Yeah.
Boom. I was telling Fritz after the fact, I thought he was doing a bad job here where he got stuck between hanging guard and a cross block with the sword.
Yeah.
Like, it looked like his brain for a second there just didn't know which one to throw or to defend with. If you watch his sword, like, does this, like, in-between punch thing.
Yeah.
He's just kind of like,
Well,
I should have dropped or should have punched across.
I really think he should shield block that personally.
Or shield block it, yeah.
I think his corner of the shield was just a little low.
You think that was, like, that could have just been the resolution, you know?
Yeah. So I mean, it's a little bit of a different style, right? But I like to try to keep my shield in a position where the flat snap is just a hard, like at range, the flat snap is just not an option, and it's better here at range, right? Like, I mean, it's also just that it's, yeah, I would say that's like just a little low, right? Like that's.
Yeah, you're saying, like, bring that, like, the 2 inches to kind of cover just above brim.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of like where Lucian's shield is,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, just chilling here.
I think that's a better.
Yeah, he even touches his own face. Like, he covers all the most important
Yeah.
bits. Everything else here is a little bit more glancy.
There's nothing really. I mean, an offside would be the only thing, but his stick is sort of blocking that lane anyway.
That's fair. That's a very good assessment. He should have, like, basically done the boxer shrug
Yeah, if he
Right.
just shrugged that shoulder up,
and stayed a little
I think
higher
that's
with
quicker
it.
than, and then his sword is still available to throw.
Yeah.
Versus if the sword
Yeah, he could
blocking,
throw in the J hook to the leg or whatever. Yeah, exactly. Threaten
yeah,
something.
offside.
Offside tap.
whatever.
Yeah, exactly. You're right.
I think it was
both these guys are getting really good.
that was. I mean, that was still a super good. It was not a big opening.
Yeah. But yeah, to hit it is great. Just small improvements in that particular moment.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
Duke Ronvalder, I heard say that his like defense is first he defends himself with his feet, second he defends himself with his shield, and only third does he defend himself with his sword. Like that's his order of
Oh, that's
operations.
the prio. Yeah, okay.
And I think that makes sense to me. That way your sword is always available to throw back.
As much as is possible.
Yeah.
Ooh, what a pretty drop. I like that duck. From Fritz. Ooh. This is the Wilhelm special right here. That offside
Yeah.
shield and throw. But you see, he gets the shield, I think, across a little bit. And definitely
Looks
ducks.
like it. Yeah,
and
ducks
his
it.
offside doesn't hit either because they're both like in transit. Oh yeah. It looks like as the sword comes up, it like pushes upward. Oh, he's throwing the follow-up
High
wrap.
overhead wrap.
Yeah. Oh,
I
and he did a
blocked
great
that
job.
pretty nice.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's a tough thing to block. That follow-up shot.
Yeah.
That was a fast interaction. Yep. Oh, he gets enough on the wrap from the looks of it. Or he takes the offside. I think he takes the offside.
I think so too, because it looks like he blocked the wrap better.
I think the wrap was full blocked. Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, not hanging out at B anymore, right?
Yeah, they told him it's a tournament practice, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He is like, you hit me in the dick, essentially.
Rude. Oh, that is.
I meant to hit like the inner thigh, right? Because I saw him in traveling, right? So let's rewind it.
Yeah. Well, because he kind of steps out from behind his shield a little here.
Yeah. So right here, as I'm retreating, I noticed this big old step. I'm like, oh, look at all that inner thigh coming my way, right? Like, and most people are expecting that high shot, and so I was like, I need to throw low. So I just kind of turtle, and as he throws, I think he opens up more than he means to. But it's really not about the opening here in the front, though. It's just it's a hard leg to stop. But the whole time I had sight on my target here, and I'm looking like above the knee, inner thigh, and just little higher than I mean to. You can see my tip aiming, like trying to aim down there.
Yeah,
but
no,
as
I
he's
think
traveling, I'm like, fuck me.
Yeah, it happens.
You know.
It's still a legal target.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you know, obviously that was not an attempt to hit, but
Yeah.
But I'm always proud of myself when I catch like people with an onside leg.
That's a good shot too. I mean, he opened up a lot, but that was still good timing and good recognition that was the right shot to throw.
Wilhelm is the person I catch a lot of on that. He does a good job. Look at this combo, man. He throws. He's like hunts me down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and his fourth offside. I remember like, oh fuck me, his offside dropped, and I defended myself too many times the same way. All right, the onside interfered because his other offside was parallel, and now this offside came in at an angle down. Because the other one was right here, and I was like, oh, I'll block it again.
Did that hit your arm?
That hit right on my elbow. Yep.
Yeah, nice.
It was very pretty, timing wise.
Yeah, I love hitting people in the arm.
I was like, nice shot. I didn't want that. So he took my arm.
Nice.
That's ye old thrust to wrap.
Yeah, you almost get this thrust too. It just barely catches the shield.
Well, this is the exact kind of thrust that I've been doing for a while, which is like pin the shield into the helm. That's fine. They block it. I don't care. Because you see how like I'm already moving. Because they have to get their shield back in place, and if they don't move their feet, which I think Wilhelm, the thing he was missing here was he didn't take a step back. If he took a step back, there's no chance I can do this like Superman and fucking wrap here.
Oh, overhead wrap, yeah.
Yeah, I get some
well,
height
really,
on
you
it.
could have. I think you could have thrown like a leg wrap would have been a reasonable choice as well here.
That fucking elevation.
Wow, in the air.
I know.
The air boomy right there.
Yeah. Boop. Also, I intend to make a YouTube video about this, but one of the things that I have a bit of pet peeve about is the idea that if you leave the ground, you lose all power. I'm like, that's nonsense.
That's never made any sense to me.
That is like I get that advice every so often. I'm like, that's if that were the case, people don't get knocked out on Superman punches, right? Like that this would not exist in fighting, but it exists as a thing. It's how you direct your momentum and how you transfer that through the front of you.
Yeah.
It's like Sven does it super well. He like transfers his forward momentum into a stick.
Yeah. No, there's been a bunch of big arguments for that on CR2 with jumping, because like Duke Jason does it a lot, and a lot of people told him it was bad, and then but it was like, then he like people went and found pictures and videos of all the people who were telling him not to do it, and how they jumped.
Yeah.
And they throw some shots. It's definitely a situational thing. but I think it's useful.
This for me, right here, is what I need to recognize. From if I'm in Wilhelm's shoes, I need to recognize that tip, that even though my line of sight, my eyes cannot see how far forward his shield is compared to his knee, I need to recognize because that tip is so canted forward that I need to be setting up that J.
Yeah.
Right? A grass burner here easily hits target.
Yeah. Whoops.
Oh, there's that offset. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So
Who won? Who had the most wins?
I don't know because I think there's a tie because I lost one to Lucian. Lucian lost one to Wilhelm, and I think Wilhelm lost one to me.
Are we gonna review some League of Legends now?
No, that was just what auto played, but that's not surprising that it auto plays.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say that did Wilhelm lose to him? I don't think he lost to anybody else. So
No.
3 of us had one loss in sort of a circle.
Yeah.
So we never fought it out. We just kind of did the round robin as a kind of just a testing ground.
Yeah.
As it goes. All right. Fencing.
On to Rapier.
Yeah. Did you watch a lot of the Tor stuff already?
I mostly watched you and Tora fight. That was what I was most interested in.
Yeah,
I skimmed through some of the other stuff.
Now, let's see the Tora Alex fight. I want this angle of it.
Well, it was good range on the first one and then not the second one.
Yeah. Celestria, are you still here? This is you and the Tora. I just heard it. There's my demonetization. I think it's his phone.
No.
It's funny. Rude. Yeah, just hung out in range in the second.
Yeah, because I like that first step. It's good, and then but he follows up and she doesn't adapt on the second one.
Yep. Maybe it's like the feeling of being at the end of the world.
I think that's what it was. Yeah.
Even though there was probably another full step and a half of clearance. He's getting good at that capture. That inside capture. The one I've been using to fend off your stupid leg shot. Which has worked honestly really well.
It's definitely made it harder to hit your leg. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I bet you if we counted, it would be something like a tenth of what it was. Like
10.
Yeah, pre and post.
From when? Well, you have to pick a date though. What's the date? Pre and post.
So like fighting pre-COVID and post-COVID. How's that?
Oh, pre-COVID and post-COVID.
So pre-COVID and like the last year of us fighting, because we have footage.
Sure.
Of that. If we had like percentage of attempted leg shots has gone down, but then the successful ones.
Yeah.
Or you could do it like by percentage fights that end with a leg shot. Is another way to do it.
So I think that the shift happened a little later than I think it was like a year and a half since we've come back from COVID. It was like, because I hit you in the foot 3 times, like at Lord Baltimore.
Yeah.
Had good sex with that, but then kind of since then.
Yep. I was coming out of the getting the Tora stuff into my system, I think, still.
Yeah, I think it's been more like the last year and a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, I very much agree.
The real shift, because you were trying to do it, but I was still able to get it. And now, and then then you were like...
At Gulf War, yeah. It's like I felt it. I felt the last several times we fought. Penzik and Gulf.
Yeah, because like Gulf Wars, I couldn't get... I didn't hit your foot. I hit your leg, but those were off of different actions.
Yeah, that was off of like a whole series, and then the leg shot.
Yeah.
I felt that too. Like, okay, that's good. I feel good defending my leg.
Yeah. The just snap leg shot foot shot that I was able to get with you a lot is way rarer now.
Yep. I mean, Atlantean socks. Yep.
Who are you fighting here?
This is a person named Matt who used to fight. He was at my practice when I first started, like way back when, right? Like 10-ish years ago. And he fought at that practice for probably like 3 or 4 years, something like that, like in area. And then he, and it had life happen, and he did a bunch of life stuff, and then just recently came back.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Something about him seems familiar, but
You might have fought him. I mean, he was at.
it's possible.
He might have been at the Ruby you came out for. That's my guess.
Yeah.
Like the most, the potential chance.
And I did go to a couple practices in your area in 2016.
Yes, I think that would have kind of been the end of his, around the end of his participation.
Okay.
Before his break.
Yeah, I might not have never seen him. It might be also that he fences kind of like some other people or something. I don't know.
No.
Doesn't look too bad.
No. It's a decent fight.
Does he have? What is his? Like, does he have any awards? What's his rank? Like,
I don't think so. I don't even think he has. He may have an AOA. I'd have to look it up.
he's not a free scholar.
No. I think a part of it was he was like active in a time where there wasn't as much being given out. It's like I think he was active pre-mod, so everything took longer, right? Since White Scarf was terminal.
Yeah.
Culturally and
There's
otherwise.
just fewer awards to give, so.
Yeah, fewer awards. Exactly. Yeah.
Dingier with them, yeah.
And that was part of it. But I think a part of it too was his like he was part of the I think played with Tarasu and Ben in that crowd.
Yeah.
And so there wasn't as much of a focus on like trying to be kingdom level participation.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he comes back and achieves whatever goals he's interested in.
Yeah.
Or just has fun.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Any of that's fine. I'll have to watch this with Emma at some point.
That could be interesting.
Maybe I'll message him. Let me message him real quick. As you watch this, let me know what you think.
Of Enwar?
Yeah, or like what he could have done better versus Tora, or just in general.
Yeah.
Let me know if you need to rewatch anything.
It looks mostly right now that it's like just some range stuff. But that's usually what it is with Tora. Or with anyone, really.
Yep.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, I'm kind of sharing with him everything that I've been learning about low guard and how to fight low guard. At least the way it
looks like what he's trying to do.
Mm-hmm. He's been working the last while. I think like the last half a year. For his sword dagger. He's still doing like Destreza primary for
Can we see that last exchange real quick?
Of course. Yeah.
Just in slow-mo.
Is it here?
I think it's right. I think it might be the next one. I can't remember.
Oh,
That's
cool.
pretty good. That's actually a good parry post. I think it was the next one that Tora hits him, but.
That one? Or the next one?
I think it was the one after that one, maybe.
Yeah. He got spooked.
Yeah.
That was good. I like that pressure he exerted.
Yeah.
All right.
Parried out here.
Oh, that was a full parry. Like, oh, shit. I don't know where his blade is. Yep. was
I can't tell.
honestly
I
not
think I
bad.
might. I think I might have defended that. It was pretty good.
Yeah, if it hit, it only just hit.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell that one. I can see an
Yeah.
argument
'Cause
for it to hit.
the
Because right
blade's
here,
obviously flexing because of it. The
yeah,
dagger, so it's hard to tell if it's also flexing
right
because of a
there.
hit or not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Right here, I could see a frame where, like, depending on where that tip is behind the arm, in the body.
Yeah.
Hard to say. The reason I think it is in the body is this movement right here in the blade.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't usually get that flick. It usually stays in that same curve if it's dagger only, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. I think his backward movement's pretty good. He doesn't go upward, which is really nice. I know he's been working on it.
Okay, yeah, that was that shot was the one that I was trying to see.
Oh, that one. Got it.
Yeah. That was a good. I think based on his body language, I don't think they're both their body language. I think he defended this right here.
Gotcha. Yeah, you're right.
And then here, yeah.
This is a
This is
Torah.
classic,
Classic Torah. Show high. Disengage low.
Just under the dagger.
It looks like he catches like top thigh into hip.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gave me a new one to work on when I asked him. He was saying like for mid guard guys, opponents, that I go ahead and leave my dagger high. You know how he like has the point toward the sky,
Yeah.
and a little bit toward the opponent, instead of covering the mid guard from above. Like allow them that passage to the hip, to my dagger side hip, and know that my step back and down with the dagger will cover that when they throw. Just trust in that defense,
Okay.
that it's so fast.
That actually makes sense. Yeah.
He was saying that's specifically for that kind of mid guard fighter. Because low guards, they're low enough that you need to bring your dagger down to lock them out.
But the distance between it's a long to that left to your opponent's left hip is a long distance.
Yep, exactly, yeah. And so if someone does the deep shot for it from that mid guard position, that it's easy to step back and take it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense to me actually. Yeah. This looks pretty good from Enmar, honestly.
Yeah. To make Torah step back at all is already a small
He
percentage of
stepped-
people.
That made it tempo and range and got hit there.
Yeah. Nice. Yep, that tiny little step. Torah's like, not explode time. I don't think it was the size of the step. I think it was the readiness.
Yeah.
The body language here said, I'm chilling.
He's saying I'm gonna move into range to fight, not I'm going to like he's like getting ready to fight, not fighting.
Yeah, not like step explode kind of
Yes.
body energy.
Yep.
And he just, okay, this is free. Just cover. Yeah, that's some very Torah.
There you go.
What?
He was standing too close, then he
Yeah,
stepped back.
Made the little adjustment.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like he's waving off the shot.
Just a slap, I guess.
Nope. The volume, the music or the sound is less helpful in Rapier.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Got him in the leg.
Yeah, I want to see that again.
That's like the only thing that I sometimes think Tora could be a little vulnerable to is a leg, like a knee shot.
Mm-hmm. I in our training time together, there was a period in which that was a lot more vulnerable, and then he shorted up pretty quick.
But you look where he's holding his sword. He can't. He has to go around his own knee.
Yeah.
He usually just
Has
defends
to
at the
go
range.
forward. Yep.
Yeah, but like he couldn't do that parry, like the parry you're talking about to
Yeah,
defend
because
your
he's
leg.
not forward
He
enough with
could.
his hand. Yep.
Yeah,
Agreed.
it's like the only thing that I think is a slight weakness.
I think he brings his hand forward for when I like this freeze frame right here.
A little Karate Kiddish.
Yeah, yeah. That was good. That was pretty. Oh. Look at that. Step in, touch, dagger touch.
Yeah.
Oh. And acknowledgement. That's great. Good job, Anwar.
Now his hand's more forward.
Ah. Just walked right into the.
Yeah.
Tor read that from far away. Now
Were
some
these
leg redemption.
were these practices on back-to-back days?
Yeah. Oh, I was tired going into today.
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
Like a perfect weekend.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. If you came and crashed for a bit, we keep talking about it. I know you got a crown to win and all that, but John,
Yeah, yeah. No, I was actually looking at I was looking at some calendar stuff.
we could
Yeah.
we could pack most weekends with at least one of these.
Yeah, it's true.
Even if I'm not here, if you're here and just fighting with people, it's not hard to convince people to come out.
The battle barn.
Mm-hmm. Just having the space. Pretty much every Sunday fencing practice might just move in here when the weather turns fully sour.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with.
live-
I'll just talk to Alfar and Enmar and just make sure they have keys and access.
Yeah.
That's it.
You live in a place where that can happen.
Mm-hmm.
And that happens here too. It's not as bad.
Oh, the weather? Yeah. No.
Weather, yeah.
When I visited, it was fucking cold.
Yeah.
It was like painfully cold.
But we get like a week of that, and then it'll be like 80 degrees in the week after. Like today, it was in the low 70s.
You do have the problem of a power grid. That's
We do have that problem.
questionable.
It's more than questionable.
As is shown by prior
It's
years.
shitty.
No. The only state, right, that chooses to be on their own power grid as opposed to
Own power
all the
grid,
countries on like the national system.
Yeah.
What do you think of the head drop? I don't favor it, but I know that people use it to great effect. I mean, Torse catches you and I both with that.
Yeah. Situational. Yeah. I do it sometimes.
Yeah, you do a little bit, like right there. So this interaction, I would, if it were me, my reasonings would be he Enwar should have pushed back, daggered up, and just focused on getting his hips back and thus his torso back.
Hmm.
I don't know that that would have been enough because he's doing the split where it's like dagger plus head, right? Splitting the difference in terms
Yeah.
of like.
I think as long as you're keeping your form, because you can keep your form and duck your head.
Yeah.
Like I don't think his legs are in a bad spot. I think he shouldn't have thrown a post there.
Yeah, and the dagger's back here.
Yeah. He
On the
probably should've-
riposte, he should have brought this down
Yes.
to cover
Correct.
instead of just now, way too late to stop.
And he probably
Yeah.
was like sort of behind the, like he did not have the timing, right? Like he had to make he had to make that head void to defend that head shot to
Yeah.
begin with. So like Tora already was like sort of ahead of him in the timing, right?
Yeah.
So I think he should have just
He
left.
could beat him if he had his dagger, maybe in prediction of the
Maybe,
riposte.
yeah.
But yeah, I think you're right. I think that being like a fraction of a whatever, some amount of time behind, lagging to
But I
someone
don't-
else's reaction.
I don't mind the head movement as long as it's not overdone.
Yeah, he definitely didn't look like he was overdoing it. It looked like it was one of those like that was slight, like as the dagger
Yeah.
goes, or I guess the dagger was this way or this way. I tried to take it out of my system entirely, for better or for worse, because I did it too much. I'm trying to.
Yeah, I think you can definitely do it too much.
I used to do too much. Now I do it arguably too little.
I might I might say that even Taurus does it a little too much.
Yes, because I bank on it. Sometimes I kill him off that
Yeah,
when he does the hip hinge and
yeah.
kind of goes into like that full like 1-2 as he throws back at you.
Hmm.
That for me, I'm like, this is the time I get to use my height and do this like angle down over
Yeah.
his sword and then find his like neck or whatever.
Um, I also sometimes prefer just a squat rather than a leaning from, so like just dropping your knees and hips low,
Yeah.
um, rather than leaning your head one or the other. But there's certainly times where you enter in an awkward situation, you just have to put your head.
Yes. Yeah, that makes sense. I agree with that point.
We actually got a lot of fighters out of this.
Yeah, I think let me count
Like,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 total fighters rolled through for a rapier.
wow, that's a good size practice.
Yep. It's a lot of I mean, you imagine having Tor present is already a lot of density of talent.
Yeah.
I wanted this one to be less so for the newer folks, right? Like someone who's obviously a newer at fighting,
Hmm.
um, and more for like the myself or Enmar or Alex, like people who are more experienced, to get
Yeah.
them working with someone who's super experienced like Tora.
Well, a newer fighter, they can learn from anyone, right? Like they don't,
Exactly. Yeah.
but like someone like you, there's only a couple people in the world that are like can like punish a mistake for you. Like so, it's hard to you have to like value that.
Yes. Oh man. When I was fighting Tora, it reminded me like, oh yeah, there's some things I can't do here. Like one of the things I couldn't do is in our exchange, I consistently blocked that low onside. I consistently used that as my
Hmm.
defense, and he caught wise onto that and punished me by just doing a quick like coupe up and over. I was like, oh
Yeah.
man, that was smart and annoying all at once. Let me see if that set's in here. I want to watch that set. Where's the me and Tora set?
I thought it was at the end, but maybe it's not.
I don't think it is. It's before me and Enmar, I think.
Maybe it's like
There
there
it
it is.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right. Whole thing right here. Chat. I haven't had my ass handed to me this badly in a minute. It's good. It feels good, honestly.
Yeah. Probably since Tora moved away from your
Yeah.
area,
Yep.
right?
And not a knock on you or Mike at all.
No,
It's like
no,
you
no.
guys don't beat me at the same percentage.
100%. I don't have any.
And so it honestly feels good to like, oh yeah, this. Yep, that. So I relied way too much on that. He started to catch on, which I don't dislike that. Like it's a
Mhm.
good action. The step, capture his blade right with my strength on
Yeah.
the inside line low, and now I have access to his leg, and I have the potential to do other things. I'm trying to trigger. Right, you see that being triggered.
Hmm.
Out here, I think I was just fishing for information. Potentially, right, throwing high. This is where you talk about me hesitating too much, right? Because
Yeah, I
I
was just
pumped
thinking
high
that.
and I already juked his dagger. I should have blasted right here.
Well, and he also brings his sword across, right? If you had just
Yeah,
thrown high, his
yeah.
head or
Yeah, and his sword is chopping down. So if I threw
yeah.
and he picked, because he thought I was going to throw right there, that line, when
Mhm.
I juked his dagger and he didn't get
But you
contact.
could throw leg. You could have thrown
Oh
at the
yeah,
arm even. Like his hand is because his blade is pointed to his left, right?
yeah.
So his hand's probably a little vulnerable.
Yep.
His
Had
leg
to
is
take a
a little
shot at
vulnerable.
all.
Yeah.
It was the very first interaction, so I think for
Yeah.
me, I was just probing for information.
I don't know that I would have thrown there either for the same reason, to be fair.
Yeah.
But
But it reminded me of, oh yeah, all the things I can potentially do.
Yeah. Well, I tend to pull the trigger when I shouldn't, and you tend to be a little slower on the trigger. Like that's just like
Yes.
the balance of our personalities as
Yeah,
our
yeah.
fighters, right? Like the mistake I will make was I'll shoot when I shouldn't have.
You
So
know, more readily. I think though you probably have the like I think it creates a better outcome, leaning toward your side a little bit more. I think.
I think yeah, you have to find a balance,
You
and it
know,
took me. I've
always.
worked really hard to find that balance. I think I'm a lot better at that than I used to be. But
He did the same capture to me, and I should have been smart enough to change up how I attacked instead of being forced high, done a little cut and attack into the leg again from the outside.
yeah,
But I step in. We're both. You can see. You see that little pump from his leg. He
yeah.
was maybe. We both twitched and thought about it.
Hmm.
It's fun to think about. So I eject a little, step back in right here. His little pump, a little right there. You see that little micro twitch? I love that
Yeah, that's great.
because that means I almost sold him right here. I almost
Hmm.
sold him on something. He thought about going right here because something, whatever it is, he didn't trust it anymore.
Mm.
Right, by body language. I don't even know what it is. I seem to be very still. Don't like this at all. High, low. Already juked out my dagger. Oh, I see. My sword went and caught his blade on the low end. Okay. Oh, we are playing cut and thrust, by the way.
Oh, okay.
So that was a concern. Like that changes a few things.
Hmm. Did you get a cut there?
I think it's an inside knee cut, if I remember correctly. Push, push. He says not quite. Yep. Yeah, he drops the cut and touches calf right there.
Yeah.
Boop. Yeah, this is what we had a discussion about. He was like, you should be doing this more often and bait that shot here versus constantly covering the mid and the low guard users, which I liked. That was cool.
Kind of sort of like funnel them to where you want.
Yeah. But trusting, he was saying like I should have more trust in that parry down, because I have a ton of trust in my parry up, right? Because that's where people are
Yeah.
going to disengage to.
Well, the up parry is easier because gravity also keeps the sword into your dagger.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe that's why I
Versus the
like it.
down parry, they can escape.
All right. So I go and cut his leg, and it's just a bad trade.
Yeah.
I should have found more presence with my dagger before committing.
Hmm.
That's a bad, yeah. I end up cutting his leg on the inside cut, but he catches a thrust in the neck. Way
Yeah.
worse of a trade.
Hmm. What was he saying there? Just that he parried down and then threw over?
I don't remember, to be honest. Oh yeah, he just gets inside because he turns the angle a little bit and touches my thigh, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a Toro 1-2.
Yeah.
I just bit on all of that.
Well, he just hit you in the leg too, right?
Yep.
And so
Yeah.
Completely going to the high line now.
Yeah, yeah. I just got it because you see my sword trying to react to the low, and my dagger just doesn't do shit. And I'm stepping in because he caught me on a step inward.
Yeah.
Everything about that was bad for me. Boop, free, down the center. I think I've asserted it before, but his ability to be dynamic and adapt to change is, I think, better than anybody I've met.
I agree. At least in rapier.
In sword dagger, specifically sword dagger.
Yeah. I met people that good at in the heavy field, but
Yep. I've met
different
people
game
that good
modes.
in honestly, there's the people who are comparably good, I think, in single sword that I've seen. But
Who would you say is comparably that good at single sword?
well, I watched this guy. I don't remember his name. He's friends with Tora at a King's Cup. He was first place in saber,
Oh,
and
okay.
Tora was second place. So that guy,
Interesting.
he's from one of the like Sweden, Norway, somewhere around that area of the
Oh
world.
yeah, there's some good fighters out there in like
Hmm.
Eastern Europe.
I'm sure that I'm sure there's a lot of good fighters there that we don't know about. Like, right, the world is
Sure.
huge.
Yes.
It's just in our little corner of the world where he is.
Well, I
a
feel
hard
pretty
fighter.
confident saying that Tor is the best sword like rapier dagger fighter in the world because of the success he has
Yeah,
like internationally
yeah. He's
and
traveled too, right? Exactly.
yeah, he's been to those tournaments
Yeah,
in
the
Europe
swordfish.
and fenced these HEMA guys and he's wins.
Yep.
Um, and when he loses, it's usually because of bad judging, right?
Yeah.
Like I've seen the videos and
God, that's
that's such
pretty.
a slick disengage.
I know. That's a great disengage. Because so contrary to he doesn't do the step, present, disengage, go. Does that
Yeah,
make sense?
it's
Like the
all
way I do it. This is like a flowing one.
hmm
And I think he needs to do that to get the range to kill me.
Yeah, interesting.
That's my guess. Because I don't start to eject until right here. Yeah, that's very
I want
pretty.
to see. Can we see something? Actually, can
Yeah.
you keep this tab open? And then I want to see if you can find the video of Miguel and you fighting, because Miguel does a very similar disengage. I think it's on Rowan's channel.
Yeah. If you
Um,
find the link,
Mig-
let me know.
yeah, yeah. Let me. Yeah, I can probably. I'm able to find it.
Are you talking about from a particular time?
Yeah, y'all's fight at this last Penzik.
In the finals?
I think I think it was in the finals. There was one time where Mike does this, and I have watched it a bunch of times because I was really impressed with the disengage. But you read it and step out. So I want to see if what I'm curious about is the difference.
Oh, back
If
to
there was,
back. Yeah. Let's
yeah, I
watch
want
them.
to, because I think that'd be interesting to see what the difference is, like why you read Miguel's and not Torres. Um, hold on. There's so much videos.
Which one of these is
Hold on.
I'm on
Let's
her
see.
page.
Yeah.
It might be one of the no, not that one. Maybe this one.
Down one from where your mouse is.
Let's try this one.
I don't remember if it's this one or not, and it doesn't land right because you step out.
Yeah, we'll see if it's this one.
But Miguel's doing it in a similar way. But I wonder if there's something he's doing that's not as good as Torres doing it.
The same high low.
Yeah, it's the same high low, or actually it was like low high, low, or low high mid, I guess. And I know Mike stole some of it from Tora when he watched, because we watched a video of Tora like years ago, and Mike was like, "Oh, that's a good idea. I'm going to do that."
It just has it, yeah. Something like that. That pump that he had stepping in.
Yeah, but it's like I think it's when he goes into a drop, because Mike goes into a low guard at some point in this fight, or at least in one of these passes.
Look at
Yeah,
all
like
these
great.
beautiful humans that you could have been a part of.
I know. I was sitting in a fucking clearing in the woods. Yeah, right there. I
Okay.
think that's the one I was thinking of. You'll see that slow motion.
Yeah.
Oh, he just never had the range maybe to begin with.
Yeah. He spooked me on the first step.
Yeah, but look at
So we're
like
here. He steps. I parody.
Because if you look at his sword and your dagger interaction,
Yeah.
like he brings this point up,
Yeah,
it'll be,
here.
I think, if I remember this one correctly.
And he does his gather step with it.
Yeah. Because he has successfully faked your dagger. He just doesn't have the range to hit you at this moment.
Yeah.
But I think it's that he never had the range to begin
I
with.
think
He
you're
was
right.
starting.
Yep. Yeah, if you start, like, let's see, we can look at it.
Sorry, this is a random tangent.
No, no, I love it. I love it. Because he launches the attack off this platform right here, this moment.
Yeah.
So this is our range here versus. Oh, fuck. I fucked that up. I want his firing platform. I wanted him before he started his high. Yeah, so like right here is where he's starting to really fire into it. Versus. So it's this distance versus this distance.
Yeah.
I can't tell where my sword is. Where the fuck is my sword? Oh, I was like, it's fucking disappearing into
It
the
kind
grass.
of disappears into the grass. It's weird.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Oh, there it is. Okay, I see it moving. I see this part of it moving now.
Oh, yeah, there's the point.
I was looking at maybe the point cross would shed some light on the functional difference.
It's definitely a range thing because if you look at and this one is it's the same idea, right? He's going from low to a slightly high to low again.
I think the difference is this. If I had to guess, twofold. One, I have a known issue of not being able to like get hype during practices. You know that. I know that. It is hard for me to like fight at the correct intensity and thus range management that I need in a tournament. I think that anybody at the end of a tournament is fighting better.
No.
But more than that, I think that because he did not go one giant step, he already triggered shit, get out. Because he did the gather step right here. It's like automatically my brain says, get the fuck out. He's gathering step into attack.
You're already stepping back here.
Yeah, this already triggered my... So if he didn't do this, if he was chill right here and then did that action, high-low, and attacked, I think he would have done exactly what Tora did.
Yeah.
Because a gather step, I think, is the difference.
Yeah. My assertion is that the hand is the action is almost identical from the hand motion. Or not exactly identical, but I think Miguel's hand motion is as good as Tora's motion. I just think he did it off of a less good footwork or less good range.
Yeah.
Would be what I would think.
I think a combination of both, maybe just a hair closer here. I also think Tora here did a very good job of, on the step, giving nothing about aggression.
Yes.
Whereas I think if you read Miguel's body language, it feels more aggressive. It could just be, right, we're at the end of a tournament, so everything feels aggressive. Maybe but you see, I respect that immediately, way more.
Yeah. I wonder if that's more to do with just the, like you say, the setting rather than the body language.
I don't think I was like, watching it, it's not that bad.
I don't think it looks that aggressive. I think you're just a little more skittish because of the.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. Exactly. Yeah.
Skittish isn't the right word. You know what I mean, right? Like.
Yeah. I'm ready. I'm in fight mode. Yeah. Whereas, with practice, I'm too much in practice mode.
I also will say I think that your range control in this interaction is excellent. Like,
thank you.
This is a good disengage from Miguel, and he does fake your hand out.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But your feet save you, which is what they're supposed to do.
Yeah. If right here he didn't, I still think it's the broken up footwork too. It gives me a little bit more time.
Yeah.
Because you see how he's bringing it up, but he's stopping the gather here.
Instead of just taking a long.
Instead of taking that super long jump lunge, because I think he could have killed me on that. But chicken egg, his gather might have been in response to the fact that he already noticed that I was stepping out.
Yeah, because right here, his has the line, he just doesn't have the range.
Yes. Oh yeah.
And you're going back as pretty much as fast as you can at this point.
Yep. That crossed that back.
Yeah. So like I still think this is a very good high level interaction between excellent fencing. But it's curious because
Yeah.
it made me think of this because I know Mike stole this technique from Tora, and I still think Mike does it super well. It's just what could it have been better?
Yeah. I think it's the if I had to give one thing the most credit, it would have been single action.
I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that.
I think it's this one right here. No.
I still think that
Fucking
shot
pretty.
that shot right there from Tora is his best shot.
Oh, it is. I agree. You mean the one you and I can't stop if we don't fucking move? Like if we don't preemptively move?
Yeah.
Oh.
It just feels. It makes you feel stupid.
Yeah. I need to add that to my lexicon, honestly. I think I'll work on that. Maybe that's a good, like, fun piece of rapier to work on.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't break it in two parts. He just fucking, right here. Oh, no, it's not right here. I lied. Where the fuck?
Right.
He steps into it. And then immediately launches. But he doesn't like freeze. Like he doesn't present something with that step. He's just chill with that step. Miguel has to do a second step, right? He does a gather right here and then like really launches. But the gather sends me flying backwards.
I wonder if there's a potentially like Miguel's legs are short for his height, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if that's could be.
It might very well.
Be a
God,
piece.
that's so pretty. Everything about that is pretty. The distance covered, the blade work is about as close to my dagger as you're going to want to get. Right? Like he sells the high, obviously.
Just enough for you to start to go up.
The trigger, yep. The trigger. And then when he goes under, look how tight his disengage is to the padding of my dagger.
Yeah, it's really, so it's also not a disengage, at least I don't think so, in the way that we think of it as being like, because we think of a disengage as usually being a circular motion around a sword or a dagger.
Yeah.
I think he's just changing the height.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
Like I don't think he's moving his sword to his right at all. I think he's just going up and then down and then straight.
It's the drop shot that Miguel does, right? Like that's the same concept.
It's the same idea, yeah.
Just throw that high line and just drop into the stomach.
Mm-hmm.
But doing it in one, I think for me, I don't have this as one motion. I have it as a small step, extend, probe, fish out that dagger, and then drop. It's like a two-step thing. And it works on everybody, just about. But he does it as a one fluid motion, and his pen step triggers nothing because he doesn't move his sword at all, right? Like this tiny little penetration step. Because it's only one foot length right here.
Yeah.
Of a penetration step, and he's very casual about it. And then the second he does his gather step, and he does do a gather step to a closer foot to toe to heel right here. And then when he fucking launches, so his gather step looks like all of his other steps, but he's a little bit more narrow, like a foot length more narrow, and then launches that single action. That's so fucking pretty.
I'm also going to make another point too that is controversial, but I think is the reason. He also, if you look, his hand doesn't extend all the way right off the bat, right?
Yeah, extends right here.
He changes. His hand is at the same point as his knee is.
Yep.
Right? So that means that he has time to change the targeting before the sword has gotten too close yet.
Yep. Yeah, I think the extension of that shoulder plus the lunge now has triggered the defenses, which he needs.
Yes. If he had extended his arm all the way and then done the disengage, it would have been awkward and it wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, agreed.
The hand has to be slightly delayed in this shot.
Fucking pretty. All right. I want to make a note to myself to do this.
Good idea, yeah.
What are we gonna call it? The single action high low.
Seems reasonable, yeah.
I'm just writing myself a note, and I'll try it out. Man, fuck.
Yeah. No, Miguel's the only one that I know that does it even close to this good.
The
It's
Torah's
not quite as
quality, yeah.
good, but
Watching Miguel's, it looked really good. I think it was a gather step for me, like from my
yeah,
point of view.
yeah,
I think that just triggered my shit.
yeah. Not that Miguel practices very much, but I wanted to see if I could
You know, if he,
coach
I
him.
think
Coach
Miguel,
him.
if he did it the way Tor did, I would also get hit. I don't think that's, you know what I mean? Like in terms of
Yeah.
like the small step
Oh,
without giving anything and then just float into it.
sure, yeah. I'm sure you hit me with it too.
The gather step is the too obvious of a gather step. I think is what what was the giveaway? What did he? Oh, I think
Did you get him in the leg there?
I think so.
Nice.
And then I wanted to see what happened on this one. I think that was another bad exchange for me, right? I pump high. Ooh. That's hard to tell what happened. Okay, so I throw. I can't see the fucking blade. I don't see shit.
I think there's a little smudge right,
Here?
yeah,
That's the
there.
tip?
That's the point. But
Yeah, I think he catches it with dagger.
yeah, I think that's why it's flexing, not because it's hitting. But I could be wrong. But it's not his dagger that parries; it's his sword. His dagger is down by
Oh,
his
yeah,
hip.
yeah. Cover, yeah.
This was Torres doing his like kind of cocky defense, but it still works. So
And then the follow, I wanted to see that. Oh, exact same exchange as before.
hmm
I try to cut the leg and just get punished high for it.
maybe you should have done a head void.
Yeah, I know. That would have worked in this moment. I don't quite get.
Actually, you do a little. You try a little bit there at the end. That's where I think the head void is good. Is when it's not so much your plan, but you realize you're in a bad spot, and you just are like, shit, I have to just duck my head here at the end. I think that's when it's like has utilities, sort of as a last backup.
Oh, I slid at him. Fuck me. Dumb. I just overchased.
Yeah.
Yep.
He kind of like got your energy up.
Yeah.
And then you got a little sloppy.
Is that the one that was the high-low? I think it was.
So I've noticed Tora has done this to several people in these videos. He's also sort of pushed someone in the corner, backed up a little bit, and then as the person goes to reset,
I'll catch some.
He attacks again.
Yeah.
So it's like,
yeah, you have to like measure on the re-entry carefully and be ready to move back again.
I think he's looking, because he's not retreating as much to the same distance he started at.
Yeah. That's a smart way to like force the gap close.
Yeah. That landed. It looked like you blocked it.
It cut my hand. I remember that shot because it hit like kind of bare bone on the back of my hand, which is unpleasant.
Yeah. That is unpleasant. Yeah.
Yeah. We daggered each other there. Two dead swordsmen. Forgetting the dagger range.
Mm-hmm. Did Tor already leave? Is he still around?
No, I think he's out. He was there.
That's too bad.
2 weeks. Yep.
It's nice.
Yeah, I think I was trying to like stand ground. Which is just not a good idea in fencing.
Not unless you're like way better than your opponent, and then still probably not.
Yeah. Still probably shouldn't make a habit of it.
Yeah.
I definitely make a habit too much of it when I feel too cocky. I think I got a leg on that one. Is that the same shot?
I think it was. or a variant of it if it wasn't the same.
Oh no, it's the same shot. Yeah, exact same shot.
Yep.
He comes up a little bit more,
Yeah.
and it's the same thing. Look, so here's the initial pen step, a deeper gather, right here,
Hmm.
and then the launch, like a 4 reelsies launch. So I need to change my gather step more. Oh, he does one of the pauses that we do,
Yeah.
but it is a high. This is more like what I do to other people.
Yes, I said it's still very similar to the other thing though.
Yeah. It's a little bit more smooth. Well, I don't know. That's hard to say because there's that extra little step with the foot. That's the thing that catches a lot of people.
I will say to anyone watching, the way it feels when he throws that shot, it doesn't feel like he's disengaged. It feels like he flicks his sword at you and then hits you in the stomach.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
like it's not like the first motion doesn't feel real.
yes, yep,
It feels like he's going to like beat your dagger or something. Just like a little like, oh look, I'm putting my sword up here, and then you're just like getting hit, and you're like, what happened?
yep. Without
Like
doing this, without stopping and watching frame by frame, and
yeah.
really
No,
understanding.
the first time Tora did it to me, I was like, I literally have I don't know how he hit me. I had to look at the video, and I was like,
Yeah,
fuck, that's genius.
yeah.
But it doesn't. It feels much more unnerving than it looks. Like it looks good, but it feels worse.
Yeah. Hello. K Gardevoir. Hello. Yeah, it really does feel worse, doesn't it? Oh, hello. We're watching your fight earlier.
Oh, it's Enmar.
Yeah. It's also anywhere on screen. Look at that. You're in two places at once. Exactly how it
Magic
works.
or science.
Oh. Fuck, man. What a hard fight. Ugh.
He's still fucking good, yeah.
I think I need to use what he does to us against him, like
Yeah.
the pen step and the smooth one action high low, because I can't do the two high low. That fucks me up because he has too much time.
Yeah. Yeah, everything is fighting Tora feels like everything is like on a. You just have to do everything faster almost.
Yeah.
Not faster, like physically faster, but the timing has to all be sharper, I
Yep.
guess.
Yeah, everything about measure and timing has to be sharper to even be able to have a firing platform to maybe catch him.
Yeah.
And then you can't do it more than once. You touch him, can't do it again the same time in the same way.
Yep.
He will make the adaptation necessary because he
Yeah.
also doesn't like getting hit, like all of us.
Yep. Competitive people.
Yeah, that's how you breed
hell, man.
a better skill. That's really it,
Yeah.
man. And your first fight looked good. We watched it. It's in the VOD. I don't know if you got to see any of it live, but we watched it. And overall, we was impressed. And you tagged him a couple times in the legs. I like that.
Yeah, you're doing good stuff.
We were discussing. John and I were discussing whether how much the head movement is or is not effective in our respective opinions.
Yeah.
I think I just went too hard away from it because of
Yeah.
history of doing it too much. I still do it a little.
I think there's some height consideration difference there too, right? Like if
Yeah.
I duck my head a little bit, my head gets very low, and so it's hard for people to hit.
Yeah.
Versus you have to duck your head a lot more to get to the same
Yeah.
benefit.
I just do the kind of the Simon or Kalen, the full hip hinge to get to
Yeah.
like where you are physically.
Yeah. If I'm lunging, my head is already pretty low.
Yeah.
So I can just ducking my head down if I'm getting a bad
Get
spot.
that small tilt. Yep.
It's not that much of a. So it seems like Tori here is just throwing a cut over the top. Like if you're playing with cuts, same head void does not work the same way.
I don't know if he was throwing I don't think they were playing. Enmar and Tor were playing.
It looks like he was throwing some cuts here, but maybe Enmar can say whether they were.
Were you guys playing Cut and Thrust? Oh, okay. Cool. Well, there you go. They were.
Okay, yeah, I thought I saw some. Yeah, like.
Yeah. Okay. I need to not get fucking debated by the leg cut twice. Twice in a set. Fuck me.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole not learning quickly and adapting quickly. Kind of dumb. Kind of dumb, honestly. To basically do the exact same action, hoping for a different result.
Yeah. What's the definition of insanity, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, the problem for me is that there are some actions that just work so well against most people, and I have a history of hitting him with that. But
yeah, it's hard. Like, I do have this problem more in heavy right now than rapier. But if I'm successful with a thing, it's really hard to not just go back to it a bunch.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like
you want to take my feet or whatever.
Like in a 2 out of yes. Good example.
Yeah, because you're used to it, but it's not as there anymore.
Yeah.
And it probably opens you up in ways that you don't want.
Yeah.
If we were fighting Cut and Thrust, I would chop your arm more because it feels like that's a very good counter shot.
That would be the good thing to do, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I probably wouldn't throw a foot stab at your
You would throw a cut.
I just throw a foot or a leg cut.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever done C&T with you before, so.
Whatever happened to your C&T melee experiment in Anciora? Did that ever fire off?
C&T melees are now just legal, society level.
There was an experiment for it that I participated in, and I loved it.
We were one of the kingdoms that was participating in the experiment that then led to it being legalized. So
it's a lot of fun.
Y'all's kingdom had the experiment too, I think.
Yeah, different results. I think we had a couple of rebated folks who threw way too hard.
Yeah, I've heard some of the horror stories about that. Yeah, we did some bunch of C&T melees at an event in the spring. They're not very common because there aren't that many C&T fighters, but we did a bunch in the spring.
Maybe we could host that at Pennsic.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
What if we held a Battle Barn tournament every year? That'd be fun.
Battle Barn tournament.
We haven't hosted anything in a long time.
Or you host a Battle Barn tournament, like Battle Barn sponsor tournament at Pennsic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Or Golf Wars even. Do
a nice prize, and then and we can make it in some way. I don't know. It could be done with video, like what do you call it? Video review. You get like 2 or 3 of them in the set. And then we go back and watch the footage and make a judgment call frame by frame.
That could be kind of fun, yeah.
Or something like that. Like that's the gimmick.
Yeah, we should think about that. That'd be a good idea.
That'd be fun. I'd do that. We haven't hosted a tournament together. But I would do that. I think it'd be fun.
I feel like we've had ideas, we've never done it.
Yeah. Well, too busy fighting.
That's kind of, I always think it's a good idea, then I'm like, yeah, but I don't have any,
You just want to fight, yeah.
I was like, well, I don't want to run it. I'll run a really cool tournament that I can't fight in.
Yeah, exactly. Yo, my favorite tournament I've ever run was the Progressive Bear Pit. I had so much fun running it, and I thought it was a blast, and I think it would scale super well into Pennsic.
How did it work?
So the way I ran it was, you would funnel into 3 pools that are 3 bear pits. With the number of people, this was like the appropriate amount of bear pits to minimize waiting. And if you won, you get to go to the next level of bear pit. And so you get your point. You don't report it yet. You go to the next level of bear pit. You get in queue for one of 2 bear pits that are available. And then you get in queue, you hop in, you fight. If you win that one, you move forward to the next final pit. And there's a queue for that, a short queue for that. And then it's a single pit. And if you win that one, and then defend it 3 times, you get like a bonus 5 points on top of the 3 you've amassed as you go over there. Nice. And so you're 3 and out, then you get back in the full queue. Yeah, it's a progressive bear pit.
Yeah.
progressive in like physical space. The downside when I was running it is that it's very martially intensive, right? Because there's a shit ton of like people you kind of funnel through single matches.
Yeah.
However, if I had like physical barriers, that would just make the whole thing very easy. Like, here are the pits. You walk over there, then you walk to here, then you walk to there, line up here, walk to there, line up here, walk to there, and then 3 and out, and just go report your own wins to the.
We could definitely do that at Pensick.
That'd be a very easy one. High fighting, and we'd run it for an hour and a half, whatever, and just call it done.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be super fun.
And then give a, I don't know, some sort of a prize that's fun for people. We could do what who was doing that this year on the armored field? Branos, or what was it with the live GoPro?
Oh yeah, they were doing like Coach's Corner content live.
Yeah, Like, we could just do that. There's nothing to stop us.
I was actually thinking about that a little too early today, about how like they're doing a lot of good stuff for heavy fighting with that, but there's not as much of that kind of stuff for rapier right now. So
yep, we could do it. We could do a like essentially a live Coach's Corner. That concept of like sit there and help but stream the whole thing, and then let it put up the VOD so people can watch their own lessons later. And I have the equipment. I have the I just need good internet, really.
Is there good internet at Fensick?
I don't know.
Or like cell service, I guess.
Or I was like, if I have good enough cell service, I should create a hotspot for the computer. And that's all we really need.
I think I think that would definitely be a cool thing to do, like middle weekend or even during Peace Week.
Yeah, exactly.
Less going on.
Yep, and just help people like be better at fighting.
Yeah. As
an ongoing pickup thing. Yeah, we'll bounce the ideas and maybe prototype it. And then kind of figure out if we want to have like one person run, one person coach, like one person do a tech, or get somebody like teach some other people how to do the tech part.
Yeah.
Because it really just needs maintenance more than anything else.
Yeah. Those are all good ideas, I think.
Oh, so much to do. I'm excited. Chat, we've been coming up with bunches of ideas. I'm excited for John's trivia night.
Yeah, writing a few questions already.
Yeah. I'm excited for that. So, if you have any ideas, please let us know.
Yeah. Anything you want us to do, or?
Yeah, we're pretty open to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, good observation on the mic thing. You should send that. We should clip a couple of bits to him, that tangent, and see if he agrees. So I'm kind of curious.
It's possible, knowing him, he could just watch it a couple times and just do it better.
Yeah, you should. Can we pose that challenge to him, and then have him send us footage of him doing it better? Be like, learn this between now and golf, and when we film you, we expect to see you do this at least once at golf.
Yeah, I can challenge him that, yeah.
Or alternatively, we could say all of us tried this action, try to mimic this action, this setup and action.
Oh, yeah.
And just have a contest of who gets it cleanest.
Mm-hmm.
Put like a golf, everybody pays for one person's golf meal for that.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Yeah, golfers is a good, yeah. I think Mike's going to golfers, so.
Yeah, you say he's going to golf. You'll be there.
I'll definitely be there. He's probably going to be there.
Oh, that's right. It's South by Southwest was the issue, right?
Yeah.
That was the thing we talked about.
Yeah, he says he wants to try to at least go for part of it if he can't go for the whole thing.
Yeah.
But plans change, obviously.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
I'll for sure be there because running our own camp and everything again. So.
Okay. Nice.
Should be fun.
Am I good? Alex and I go to crash with you?
Yeah, I was already planning on it. You had asked me already.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure.
I'll keep you. When we get closer, I'll let you know, like whatever.
Yeah, if we need to pitch in for fees or whatever. I thought our setup was great last time.
Yeah. And
honestly, I really like being with a bunch of fighters, and people that I want to hang out with anyways. Right? That's the.
Yeah, it's the best, really. Yeah, we're trying to improve a couple of things, So we've like had a couple of meetings about like what can we do better and stuff. Like
cool.
A shower that doesn't break halfway through several times.
Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you, MR. Are you ready for this weekend?
What is this weekend?
Um, the ceremony and public announcement
Of what?
for cadetting.
Oh, I didn't know that you were doing that this weekend.
Yeah, it was really hinged on me receiving a package today, and I haven't. So, yeah, and I'm not going to spring any like you give a speech things, just so you know. It'll be purely just me talking just for a couple of sentences, and that's the whole thing.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
taking Anwar as a cadet. Sweet.
Yeah, I think I told you about it, but off
You always
stream.
you hinted it, but you never actually told me.
Oh yeah, that'll happen. The plan is this coming event.
What's the event?
It's called Duncarrick Royal Birthday. Duncarrick is where Mare and Mike live. That was
Yeah.
their barony.
Fun time.
It'll be a Royal Progress event. There will be armored and rapier, and I think I want to fight armored because it's gonna be kind of cold. The weather is supposed to be decent, but like with a high of like
Yeah.
low 60s maybe or upper
You can take a
50s.
take a rapier student and just instantly abandon them.
I know. I'm the worst. I got a fucking crown to chase, John, and I gotta chase a crown without a thrust. Oh.
When are you gonna take a squire?
Maybe someday. After chasing the crown. I think.
Okay, squire after crown.
You know, like with all of these for me, it has to be more organic. I'm not going to seek anybody.
No, I totally agree.
I'm not like
I'm obviously
where like I just have like 10 people like Miles does. And I don't even know that he goes out to seek, but I don't I feel like that's a lot of humans to be in charge of at a time.
Miles really only has really like two dedicated students, and then he has a household of people that he just kind of helps.
Oh,
out.
I see. Okay, so they're not like official students because I was like he's surrounded
No.
by people that I think of as his students, but I
Yeah,
didn't
those
know
are
if they're all formalized.
No, none of them are. He really only has currently two students, and one of them is much more just sort of a kind of. They're already. It's Isaac is his has a red collar from him.
Yeah, okay.
You met Isaac, yeah.
Yeah.
That's more of a kind of just guide at the like advocate in the circle.
Yes, yeah.
Kind of.
And Isaac's not far.
Isaac just needs to be a little more active.
I thought he was there when I fought him in BAM.
Yeah, he has a kid right now, or like a 1-year-old, I think.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay.
he's trying to come out to events again stuff, which has been awesome. So I would like to see him.
It is 20 minutes by boat. We can get borrow a boat, rent a boat, haul our gear over.
20 by boat.
Yeah, it's so. The
Is it on an island or something?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, you know, like the southern part of Maryland is essentially a big old peninsula.
Yeah.
And it is cut off from Virginia in a way that you have to inconveniently go like an hour north or south to kind of get to the turnaround and go back to the middle of the peninsula. Is how that works. There's no like direct midway bridge.
Okay, yeah.
And so for me, it's like travel south and slightly east for maybe half hour, and then go back north for another 45 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like east another 15, and then back north for
Okay,
another
yeah.
45 to get to roughly the middle of that peninsula from where
That's
I am.
annoying.
So hence the 20 by boat, which is very true.
I just pulled up a map.
Yeah. Oh, to look at it. Yeah. Isn't that so you can kind of picture it in your head?
Yeah.
I'll pull it up.
I know the area okay because I've been there a good number of times, but okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know exactly where it is offhand, but I live here, and it is that Maryland or Virginia? I don't know. It's Maryland. It's Maryland, officially, and I think it's like roughly here, somewhere like this. So it's like up in here, this area somewhere. So I either have to
You
go
have
like
to go
floop
around this.
or like go floop.
Oh yeah, because there's only one bridge over here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if
So
there's
like
a bridge here.
yeah, exactly. Yep. There's a bridge here, and so like Enmar lives here in town and like works over here. So that's like the normal way to go. And I normally go this way as well. There's a toll bridge, unfortunately, from Maryland side.
Oh.
Only Maryland charges, not Virginia, which is kind of weird.
Wow.
Yeah. So if we could like right here and go here, it's like here. Is it on the Potomac? That means it's got to be like this area, right? Or maybe down here. Lions Camp Merrick. I'm looking it up. Oh, holy shit. It really is 20 minutes. That's like
That's so
that's
close.
funny.
No, you have to go really far out of the
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
But
it's like that. Probably like triple the
uh,
distance, like the physical distance versus
that's
the.
I find that very amusing for some reason.
Yeah, so I could in theory drive 20 minutes to Fairview and right over.
Yeah, just steal a boat.
It is so this part of the Potomac. I've been here. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so you just pull it by boat. I have been here. I've played a few gigs here, and you can
Hmm.
definitely just like see the other side. It looks like it's very tenable to cross. It's not like some crazy gap.
Oh, okay. So you can swim.
Maybe. Yeah, haul your gear over. That's the issue.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
But if you
Good
put
point.
your like shit in an inner tube and then waterproofed it, then you could probably actually swim that. It'd be
Yeah,
a couple mile swim, which is a long time.
it would be hard. Yeah,
It'd be a hard swim. And it's also cold as fuck right now.
it's, yeah.
In a
I
in
would
a
not
in
do
a river that gives you a third eye. That's that's the other downside. The Potomac River is notoriously polluted.
that. Oh, polluted. Yeah. Well, you
Yeah.
get superpowers.
Yeah. Like leukemia.
I don't think you get. I don't think that's how you get
I don't
leukemia.
think it is either. Cancer. That's the power you
Oh,
get
I
from
mean,
that.
you. I guess it could be you could get cancer. Yeah. But,
Oh yeah. Yeah, this unfortunately the Potomac catches. I mean, think how many humans live in this area,
oh,
right?
that's a lot of people.
It's like a fuck ton of people, and it catches all the run, all the way down, like starting from up
Feel
here.
just shitting in the river.
You know, I mean, very probably very literally in a lot of parts.
Yeah.
You know, as you go, like for me, I don't trust water until maybe like here.
In Pennsylvania.
Yeah, because it's close enough to the
Interesting.
mountain range. Because the mountain range is like right here, right?
Oh,
So once you
yeah,
get to
yeah.
like here, you can just drink out of the river more safely. It's
Oh,
still
okay.
somewhat polluted, and you probably shouldn't. And you should use a filter always,
Yeah.
right? Like the
Because an animal could
general.
still.
But yeah, it's a lot. Like if you're gonna bank on the ability to survive off of river water, this area is better.
Mhm.
Because I've drank river water.
For some
Or
reason, I was really. I think you were. I thought you were talking about like tap water.
no, no, like river water versus like down here, right? Where we've gone through
Yeah.
mountains to flowing downward to
Mhm.
here. That's just so much human activity in this
Yeah.
spot.
So you're not going to drink the river water at
So by the time you're
Pennsylvania.
here, you do your 2 mile swim across, and you're just gonna
Yeah.
have river water all up in your face and nose.
Yeah.
And it's gross.
Unpleasant.
Yeah. That said, if I
Boats.
can rent one of those fucking, those paddle boats that you ride like a bike, and
Yeah.
that would actually be pretty fast, and
Yeah.
it'd be a pleasant morning journey.
How strong is the current? Do you know?
The Potomac, it depends. Depends on rain. It's not so bad that you have to.
Yeah.
It's not awful. No.
That is very. That is highly amusing to me. That.
It looks like you just follow this road,
Yeah.
boom, to this boat club, and go
Oh yeah.
out to the
There's a boat
river,
club right there.
and go boom, and stop. I have friends with boats, but most of them aren't. Most of the boat friends that I have that are like close enough that I can ask them to use their boat are on Lake Anna, which I think is Lake Anna. This? Yeah, Lake Anna. This one.
Lake Anna.
Yeah, I've been all over this. Fun fact, viewers: half of Lake Anna is warm because of the nuclear plant, and
Oh.
half of it's cold. So like
That'll
half
get
of
you a
it.
third eye, right?
I've been in it. It's safe to swim in. Apparently, it off puts heat.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and like so half of it is like in the middle of winter, which I've done before. I've gone with friends before. In the middle of winter, you can just hop in like your swim trunks,
That's
and it feels good. It
crazy.
feels like a not quite hot tub. It's like
Like
it's a
a.
little under. It's like 90 some degrees.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's a neat experience where you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm just in this.
Do you know that there are no natural lakes in Texas?
I don't think there's natural lakes that exist,
What
right?
do you mean? There are natural lakes.
I think there are zero natural lakes in the U.S.
That's not true. What about the Great Lakes?
I think everything was man-made. Let's look it up. I don't know. I heard that somewhere.
all
I don't know if it's true.
all of the lakes in Texas are dammed rivers.
In the U.S. are man-made.
To 48%.
I don't even know how they define man-made versus. what a question. Thanks, Google. The only state with no natural lakes is Maryland.
I thought Texas didn't have any natural lakes.
How? Well, I mean, the natural lakes are in Tejas. Are called horseshoe bends, called risacas, risasas,
Recesses? No.
risasas.
Huh.
Over 7,000.
It's definitely people definitely say maybe I guess maybe it's not true that there's only 1 to 0 natural lakes that aren't man-made.
Well, I suppose it depends on how you how do you quantify
Yeah,
that, right?
I guess they mean that there's like that aren't dammed. Like it isn't part of a dammed river.
Yeah, exactly. I just assume basically throughout the course of human history, we've literally altered and been involved in moving water all over the place,
Sure.
all over the landscape. So if it is human affected versus I don't know how much you call natural versus how much you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I understand what you're saying.
How much human interference does it take for it to be human made? Because
There
I'm
obviously
very
are,
certain every major body of water has been, even small bodies of water have been some human has come along and added or taken away from it.
Yeah. Well, they change even without human interaction, right?
Right.
Rivers change their course.
That doesn't involve the secondary effects from human activity.
The picture of the woman with the alligator.
Yeah.
The Texas A&M. Texas A&M is the rival school of UT, which is the college in the big college in Austin.
Oh, okay.
So
are either mascot a gator?
No, but when people in Austin make fun of people from A&M a lot, when they call them Aggies, right? Because it's agricultural school. When growing up, if there was a road that was kind of badly built, my parents would be like, "Oh, this was an Aggie engineering."
Oh, I see. That's the kind of the
just friendly. Well, I don't know, not always friendly. But,
Yeah.
The rivalry, which is funny. So
we all come visit you to go see a park. I like parks.
are these?
These are parks of Texas.
There's some decent ones.
Have you been to any of these?
A couple of those. Well, that's one that's just in the middle of Austin.
That looks like a Central Park kind of design.
Yeah, it's called Zilker Park. I've been there a bunch, obviously. Maybe not obviously. I've been here, yeah, around Town Lake or the Lady Bird Lake is what they call it now. But that's the big park in the middle of Austin.
There's some. These rivers look like the same fucking rivers here in town. Basically the same vibe.
A river is a river, I guess.
A river is a river. Same brown, same kind of foliage. I would think the greenery would look a little different, but it's not. It's kind of very similar.
Sometimes it's not always that green, depending on the time of year.
Yeah, that's legit. That's cool.
The summer.
Huh. What a tangent. All right. I'm going to call for a night. Chat, thank you for hanging out. I will see you, Enmar, this weekend. I hope you have a good night.
Yeah. Congrats, Enmar, on the cadet thing. Good choice.
I guess. We'll see how that goes.
Boobies,
am I a good choice? Okay. We'll find out. To be determined, chat. Tune back in.
Yeah.
6 months for whether or not I'm a good choice. All right.
Does Boomy fuck up his student or not?
I know. All right, man. Have a good night.